The first memory I have of my father is of him bathing me gently and holding me up in front of a mirror while drying me off. I thought he was the most awesome dad in the world, and I wanted to be just like him. On Saturday mornings, we ate breakfast at the same time. He'd sit down to eat a bowl of cereal, and he'd hold the bowl in his left hand and the spoon in his right. I tried to hold my own bowl similarly, but I struggled with my little 2.5-year-old hands. It wasn't long before I dropped the bowl and spilled the cereal. As a punishment, my father spanked me aggressively, even though I was only a toddler. These two events, being bathed lovingly and spanked roughly, happened in close proximity. It should come as no surprise then to learn that my life as a child was filled with lies, fear, and anxiety. It was also a life spent trying to please my father, or in the very least, trying not to upset him. He was violent with everyone in my family, my 2 brothers, mom, and me. I didn't feel like I could protect any of us from him, especially my mom. When I was 10 years old, my parents had a terrible fight, and my mother tried to defend herself by attempting to bite off his finger. He had to bandage it for a long time afterward because it was so gouged. That event caused my self-esteem to decline even further because I didn't know how to keep my mother safe from my father, even though logically I knew that wasn't my responsibility. Around that same time, when we were living in Boston after moving from Chicago, my father left my mother for the first time. Until then, we had been a middle-class family, but afterward, we became a very low-income family. My mother raised my brothers and me on only $17,000 a year. My dad came and went, but he was always around, especially on the weekends, which was when the violence continued to happen. When I was 19 years old, my mom had a nervous breakdown that resulted in us moving to Texas to live closer to her sister and farther away from my father. In his physical absence, my life started to get better. But when he saw proof of that improvement during his infrequent visits, he tried to pull me down to feeling miserable again. I couldn't escape him. When he was gone, he tried to parent me over the phone, and his methods were aggressive, controlling, and outright mean. Despite that, I still sought his approval, and my life revolved around obtaining it. Before we moved, I'd attended college at the University of Massachusetts, Dartmouth. But in Texas, I had to restart my freshman year all over again. I felt horrible about myself. I had no money or resources. Not only was I starting over again, I was doing so in worse financial circumstances. That was the darkest year of my life. I spent most of it not just contemplating, but also accepting that I was going to commit suicide. Life as I knew it was not worth living, I told myself, so I wanted out. I didn't feel sad. People often associate suicidality with sadness or even depression, but I believe it's associated with hopelessness, which was the case for me.